Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world? Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?
Welcome to another Authentically You Imprint Spotlight Show.
Here we are. Thank you all for joining us. We're so excited today because
super excited.
We have somebody here today that's been digging in doing the work.
Yeah.
I mean, you often hear of people like to make great names, such as when we get to talking, y'all will know that the neighborhood that he comes from is the same neighborhood that Kevin Durant comes from.
Okay.
And we don't want to take nothing from Kevin Durant because he's been back to the neighborhood. He's doing this thing. But this man is in the neighborhood.
Making it happen.
Making it happen. You're not going to believe what we got for you. Listen, we in 175 countries around the world. And it'd be a good idea for you to see that even where you are, there are things that you can glean from here.
Absolutely.
And you can definitely take it from there. So why don't you introduce who we got today?
We are bringing to the Imprint Show the one and only Joseph Holmes.
Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Hey, thanks for having me. I am honored to be here. I appreciate all the love, all the kind words. I just appreciate it. Thank you for having me once again.
You deserve that and more.
And more. Listen, you are one of the heroes to us, you know. We really do
appreciate that.
All that you do, you know, and it's just our privilege to be able to shine the light on you and the General's Future Charity. So, but before,
he got some free time on his hands somewhere. Because there's a new baby, from what I understand.
We want to congratulate you.
So we have a 6-week-old. She's 6 weeks. Her name is Yara Isabel Holmes. So we are so happy and just full of joy with her, the new addition. So that means I got to get up like 5 o'clock to do my General's Future work early in the morning. So I got to find a way to fit it in there. But, you know, we're just so happy. You know, obviously my 2 boys, Joseph and Jackson, and my lovely wife, Lolita. So we're just one happy family.
Just get ready. Them girls keep you busy all their life.
Oh, man.
All their life, they keep you busy.
It's going to be a whole interesting dynamic for you.
Right?
Yes.
Having 2 boys up until now, and now we have this precious little girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Definitely.
So tonight we are here because we want to hear all about the General's Future Charity. Tell us first about the name. Who are the Generals?
Okay. And so with that, people always think it's a military background. No, I haven't been in the military. The General came from, I was a basketball player, former basketball player. And my coach used to always put all these responsibilities on of, I need you to be the leader on and off the court. And so with that came a lot of responsibility. So if my roommate or anyone is late to practice, it's my fault. It's not my roommate's fault. It's not my teammate's fault. So I had to make sure I'm knocking on the doors in the dorm room. Hey, fellas, we got practice at 6 a.m. So we got to get there. So those leadership skills started way before that, but that was where the General came from. One of my college coaches nicknamed me the General, and I've been running with it from there. And so Future came from, we are trying to develop future leaders. So it's all about leadership skills. So the Generals, obviously leadership, but we're trying to develop future leaders as well with the children.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you've really lived up to the name, because I can imagine with you doing this, it was not easy thing to do, coming back to your community and dealing with young people and older people, dealing with pride issues and all these type of things. And I imagine first coming back, you know, like anything, people believe you have some type of agenda. You
right.
know, other than to
Absolutely. Absolutely right. So let me give you a little history on the beginning of the General's Future Charity. So I'm an educator for 11 years in special education. So I was working in level 5 special education schools, High Road School and Pathway School. So I was a one-on-one community support specialist. So these kids are a step before Boys Village and Cheltenham. So they, you know, their next step is Upper Marlboro or Fed and stuff like that. So
did not know that.
right. Oh, it's a lot of stuff y'all gonna learn today. So I'm gonna be an open book today. I'm gonna be an open book.
Educate us.
Right. I'm gonna be an open book on Joe Holmes and General's Future Charity. So 11 years as a special educator. So I work with more of behavior disabilities and emotional disability. And so I didn't know that was my passion. It was just really working with these kids. So they wouldn't come to the actual school building. So I would pick them up in my vehicle from their home, and we would do stuff in the community, local libraries, rec centers. I would teach all their subjects, life skills. So they was with me all day. If I'm going to look for an apartment, I'm taking them with me. That's a life skill. I'm going to get oil change, taking them with me. It's a life skill. So it was just a real unique program.
Yeah.
And I didn't know school was like that when I was coming up.
Right.
But it's a real unique program. So from there, my kids were fine with me from 8 to 3 o'clock. They were with me all day. Parents know they're safe. We're good. From 3 to 6,
yeah,
they're getting locked up. They're robbing stores. Everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so the General's Future Charity was basically developed for after school programs for that unstructured time.
Right.
Because, you know, most of their parents working 3 jobs. They're not home at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
That 3 to 6, they all over the place.
Wow.
So the last thing that they wanted to do when they got caught was to have that person call me. Not their parents. Because we talked about this all day long. This is like, listen, I'm dropping you off. You know your mom is at work. Go in the house, man. All right, Mr. Holmes, I got you. 20 minutes later, I'm like, I just dropped you off. How did this happen?
Right.
They're like, don't call Mr. Holmes. Call my mom, call anybody. Call everybody else. Don't call that guy.
Right.
Right.
Because I held them accountable. I held them accountable. I didn't tolerate that talking back to their parents. I didn't tolerate that stuff.
Right.
And so from there, I was just like, I need to find something for their unstructured time.
Right.
So the General's Future, I took them on a summer vocational program. So I just had to find work for them. My school was paying them. I just had to find work. So I had a buddy of mine that had a landscaping business.
Right.
So I would drop them off to him in the morning from 8 to 12, and they would learn a skill. My buddy wouldn't have to pay him, but he paid them as well.
Right.
But it was just more of that teaching them, because they was all really hands-on. They're not book kids and stuff like that. They was more hands-on. So from there, I just realized that was my calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy named Mr. Gary Burke, and he just passed away. May he rest in peace.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the hottest days probably ever. We had pulled up over in Woodmore. So I got 2 Southeast kids. And we pulled up in that neighborhood, and they said, Mr. Holmes, man, it must be NBA players over here, rappers, or drug dealers.
Okay.
Right.
So at this point, I'm hearing it, but I'm like, how do I respond to this? But God clearly, he had me be quiet for a second. I didn't respond to him right away because I probably would have said the wrong thing right away. Right. So things just worked out. And so I was just like, nah, it's some 9 to 5 people. It's some people that go to work that just, this is what they do. They go to work. They got regular jobs just like us. So you can have this stuff.
Yeah.
So God just opened up this door and have this stranger that I never met, Mr. Gary Burke. He comes out and was just like, hey, I'm Gary. I'm like, I'm Joe. He was like, these your kids? I said, no, these are my students. And so he was like, your students? So I was just like, yeah, we got a vocational program. They out here trying to learn a trade and doing something positive.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, that's good. So from there, he left us alone, went back in the house. 20 minutes later, he came back out. He said, nah, man, I need to talk to you. So he was like, is there something different? So I said, well, I don't know, Mr. Burke. I mean, I'm just here with my kids.
Right.
I said, man, tell me a little bit more about this program.
Yeah.
I said, because he never heard of a school like that.
Right.
And so I told him what we do. We do all community outreach stuff. I pour into these kids. And he said, man, you seem like I feel like it's more.
Yeah.
So he said, tell me a little bit more. What you trying to do? I said, well, I would like to own, I would like to do some after school programs, do my basketball camps, do this, do that. And just pour into these kids. He said, well, why don't you? I told him, I said, I don't know how to start a business.
Yeah.
He said, yo, that's the easy part.
That's the easy part.
I gave this man a whole 5-year plan. And he said, man, this is the easy part of starting a business. This was, I will never forget it. This was June 15th, 2014.
Wow.
The reason why I know that date, because June 16th, he was in my living room getting General's Future started.
Wow.
He came over and took his time to show me how to get the business started.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm used to people lying to me. I'm just being honest with you. I'm used to people lying. Hey, Joe, man, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna look out for you. But this man said, I will be there tomorrow morning. I can get done with these kids. And he helped me form the General's Future Charity.
Wow.
I absolutely love that.
Listen, we got to take a commercial break, and then we're going to be right back.
What is it that inspires passion? That thing that keeps us from thinking that we know it all, but instead makes us say, I have to know more. What is it that makes us keep trying after we've fallen time and time again? It's the thing that makes us smile after we finally figured it out. When what used to be difficult is now second nature. It's the joy of knowing our hard work was not in vain, but instead has made us better as people. It's the beauty of learning.
Wow, here we are. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to do, but if you listen to the voice of God, he will lead you even into the things that you feared doing.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, most young people, all they need is some time. If they got too much time on their hand, guess what? They're bound to get in trouble.
They're going to do something with it.
At 14, 15, 16, how do you expect them to make good decisions and sound decisions? That's few far in between.
Yeah.
We have to be there to guide them. And it's not easy to guide young men and women, that don't see the things that you have saw and don't understand that. So they might not change today, but guess what? If you hang in there, I promise you will have some testimony and some stories of some lives that you saved. But being an educator in itself is special. It is a special thing. So, you touched on that. So tell us a little bit more about your family and how do you incorporate your family into this busyness that you're into?
Yeah.
Well, family is everything for me. I have been kind of like preparing for this moment. Like, I've had some practice of pouring into other kids, seeing some of my mentors have kids, because I've coached. I've been working with kids all my life. So now I'm a big kid. So when I'm with them, I'm in my element.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to see the real Joe Holmes? Put me around a bunch of kids, and we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
That's just it. And so my boys, my wife, and now the little girl. Well, y'all pray for her, because she's gonna be out there doing ladder drills. She's gonna be catching the football at 2. And she's gonna be doing a little bit of everything.
And definitely the simple thing is, and she's gonna be spoiled to death.
She's already spoiled. This little girl don't want to be put down for nothing. She's crying right now because she wants somebody to pick her up.
So tell us a little bit about how you met your beautiful wife.
Okay, so me and my wife Lolita, I met her through. I've been knowing her for a while. We were just friends. And the strange thing about this, we never saw this coming. She was just a genuine person that wanted to help, support. Because I had my nephew, pretty much had custody of my nephew for a while. So I was a dad. I was a dad during that time with him. So she would just come over and, hey, I want to help Joe, because his name is Joseph also. I want to help little Joe do his homework. Whatever support you needed, she was pretty much there.
Wow.
And we were just friends. Like, we never saw this coming.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what you thought.
She saw it. She saw it making.
Right. And so and I know Sarah Jenkins, she always takes credit. Pastor Jenkins' daughter. Sarah Jenkins I used to train her with basketball.
Right.
Back from Riverdale to Georgetown to Maryland, stuff like that. So Sarah Jenkins, I'm giving you a shout out. She takes full credit for linking us together.
Lucy.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, don't let her, you let her tell it. She takes full responsibility.
Yeah,
for all of that.
Well, she didn't go wrong with that.
She didn't go wrong at all. And Lolita is truly a blessing. Marriage ain't easy, but we in this for life.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
I love her. She's awesome. She is awesome.
And she has the same heart for kids. She has the same passion.
Yes.
And
I'm talking about she's an all-purpose person. Like, she's a resource center.
I love it.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know, I'm revealing it today on this show. You were set up between Sarah and your wife Lolita. You were set up. You know, they say us men.
Right.
Us men, we have this idea of the woman we want to marry, or whatever the case may be. When a woman's looking, even when she's playing as a little girl, she's always marrying a silhouette. There's no face to it.
Right.
So when she finds the man,
right,
and she see that man, and she can see him in that little Barbie doll that she was playing with. That's it. So you were silhouetted and didn't even know it. Long before. But I thank God for that, because a lot of people don't wait. A lot of people don't find the good thing. And when I say that, men, listen up, all across the world. The Bible says a man that finds a wife is a good thing. But then you believe, based upon what it says, that God was hiding it from you. He wasn't hiding it from you. He was hiding it for you.
Right.
And so when you seek God's heart, then it says a man that finds the wife, the one that I set out for him, the one that I set up and hid for him, he finds a good thing. And listen, that one's for free.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one's for free.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Don't you guys rush because you know, if she don't have the same heart that you got, you will not continue on in your passion.
Correct.
You will definitely not continue on your passion. I've seen it many times over the years. But the reason why I know you guys work is because I've been hands-on at the book bag giveaways and the events that we have. I was so blown away when we did the first one over in the park. That was great before COVID. But then, you know, COVID hit. Talk to us about where COVID set you at.
So with COVID, first thing is always safety. But I'm also still battling, these kids still need support. And so last year we were, even though the kids were home, we were just like, hey, these kids still need supplies at home. So God put on my heart there's still a way that you can still connect with these kids. And so I know from experience, like my boys need composition books. Like Jackson in kindergarten, he needs like 4. Like he needs like pencils, he needs pencil sharpeners, he needs all of that stuff at home. So I'm looking at my own experience, it's like, hold up, these kids still need this stuff. So we need to find a way to still supply these resources to these kids out in the community. Even though COVID is still, a lot, we wanted to safely get supplies and stuff to these children.
Man, that's great. Listen, we're going to take another commercial, and we're going to be right back.
So grateful for all of this help in here from Grace Cathedral. Appreciate you all. Just trying to make sure the kids have school supplies for this upcoming school year. We're just grateful to be able to bless the kids in the community. Thank you all. You're welcome.
Listen, guys, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So Mr. Holmes,
we were talking about COVID right before the commercial, but I don't think we've actually really given the watching audience and the listening audience a real nutshell on what the General's Future Charity does. So let's go back and fill them in on that.
Okay. So our mission, the General's Future Charity, our mission is to support, serve, and supply resources to families in underserved communities through mentoring, enrichment programs, and hosting community events. So that's pretty much from A to Z. We have 4 events that we annually do. So we try to make sure we do a health and wellness day for the community, where we have creative health group. They do blood pressure checks. Because a lot of people in the Sea Pleasant community don't have health insurance.
Right. Exactly.
So we try to bring those resources to the community. Obviously, our Super Bowl is the Community Day event. This has been something that I've been wanting to do since I was a kid.
Wow.
Goodwin Park, I spent all my time there. So that's why anything that I do, Goodwin Park is always my first option. Because I spent all of my time.
I love it.
All of my time there. And so, And so from there, we would do our Harvest Fest. We do a Harvest Fest. And then at the end of the year, we do our coat drive. Make sure the kids get coats, hats, gloves for the wintertime.
Awesome.
Wow.
And you were raised in Sea Pleasant?
Yes. My parents still live in the same house that I was raised in. Right off 69th Street. So they're still there.
Awesome.
They're still there. And so my parents, my dad was James Evans. He was that dad. He was that dad.
Who's that dad?
He was that dad. He made sure we had everything we needed.
Yep.
He was firm.
Yep.
Showed us love. But you're going to listen and you're going to be respectful in this house. Or you can get them out of here. And so my mom, both of them, prayer warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, man, and I didn't understand that because I couldn't do what everybody else in the neighborhood did. When street lights came on, Joe had to be in the house.
Right.
Be in that house.
I had to be in the house.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had to deal with everybody joning. Oh, Joe got the street lights on. Joe got to go in the house. I'm looking out the window. Everybody's still playing.
Yeah.
But they knew when the street lights came on in Sea Pleasant,
Yeah.
it's anything goes out there.
A whole
Up and
different
down Addison Road, it's everything going down outside. So they had a plan, and God was working through them.
Absolutely.
To get to me, to really be able to keep me from all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then for you to come back into the community
Yeah.
and be such a leader in the community, you could not be out there, you know, doing what everyone else was doing.
And it's totally amazing. We don't understand as young men.
Don't understand.
My mother was the same way. It was 8 of us. When the lights came on, you didn't have no option. You was in that house.
No option.
And the good thing about it, I think about it sometimes because the people that I envy, that was able to hang out late, do what they wanted to do. I went to quite a few of their funerals.
Most of them have died.
Because they didn't have the discipline that I had. And I thought it was the worst thing in the world. I thought my mama meant me harm. Man, I just know she was trying to keep me from something good.
Right.
Just trying to keep me alive.
Keep you alive.
Right.
So we as parents got to really, sometimes we can't just give in because our feelings get touchy and we want to let our kids do everything. Discipline is what our kids needs the most in life.
Yeah.
You know,
and some type of stability.
And and some type of stability. Now COVID hit. Now we're gonna put it up on the screen because we got an event coming up here soon on August the 14th.
Yes, August the 14th at Goodwin Park in Sea Pleasant, Maryland. We will host our 5th annual Community Day event. Now, for those that have came to the previous events, it's gonna be a little different.
Right.
Because due to COVID, we want to keep everybody safe, but we still want to pour into the kids and be able to get these school supplies and backpacks to them. So we have a great day planned. We have an obstacle course that the kids will be able to participate in, because I know if you know me, any kid around me or any adult, anyone, if you're around me, we're going to exercise. We're going to do something active.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't hang around you.
So we're going to walk. We're going to do something. Whatever that level is, we're going to do it, and we're going to try to push a little further and go from there. So I have a great group called Apple Scrapple Kid Fitness. I don't know if y'all remember, on the 4th annual, they were on the field. They had the obstacle course going on.
Right. Okay.
So they do a great job. They're out of Laurel. They do field experiences for kids. So I met them through social media. They were just donating and stuff like that. So I'm like, what is that? So I looked at their information. And so they were awesome. So we built a relationship.
Yeah.
So shout out to Apple Scrapple Kid Fitness. So they're going to have an obstacle course set up. You know, we're going to be COVID safe, so each individual kid will be able to participate.
Okay.
And go through the obstacle course. And I want men, not saying anything about the women. I don't want to be sexist with this. But it's a big deal, I think, for men to surround this obstacle course and celebrate each individual kid as they're running through.
Wow.
I don't know how fast they run. We just want to celebrate them starting something and finishing. Whether they run it or walk it.
I love it.
That's so awesome and amazing. And just so you guys know, we believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of our Lord and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So we believe in principle things. So we're not being negative or condescending. We believe from the foundation of the earth, men play an important part in young people's life, just as women do. Women are nurturers, but men give young men affirmation.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
and we need more of that, whether you guys know it or not, whether you admit it or not. This world is going crazy because we don't have men giving young men the affirmation
Pat on the back.
that they need.
And
And it's great that you women are doing it. It's great that you're stepping up and doing your thing. But listen, don't get so caught up in the hype that you forget the word of God and that you forget the principles in which we were raised in. So we don't apologize in no manner. We're not sexist. We're not anything. Matter of fact, if I was sexist, my wife be done bopped me upside my head and said, and I hate for y'all to see that happen. So we're in no way sexist, but that's important. Man, come out and support. The information is right there on the screen. Listen, also, while all the book bags and stuff are being collected, packed, and everything, you think because you get to the 14th and it's over. No, we've been doing it for 4 years, 5 years.
Fifth year.
This
is the 5th year.
So every donation that you make,
Yep.
every donation that you make launches it into the next future. So you guys that are in 175 countries, you want to do something good, convert that money to American money and send it right there. You see it at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Future charities. General future charities. Go ahead and send that money. Empty your pockets now.
Right. And if I could share a little bit more about the event. So we're gonna have the obstacle course set up. So the obstacle course finish line is gonna lead us to the basketball court. You know, right where you guys had your tent last year. Okay. So we're gonna have 2 people there with hand sanitizer to keep clean the kids' hands. Yep. From there, they go into a hydration station where we're gonna have waters, Gatorade. I ain't really big on this sugar, but Capri Suns and all that. So I'm gonna be obedient and allow them to have some sugar. Yeah. Mostly, I just want them to have water. Water. So from there, we're gonna have. So they're gonna be able to go to the hydration station. Then they're gonna take about 5 more steps. The next station is gonna be snack station. So we're gonna have some prepackaged snacks already on the table. So it's gonna be like some chips, some fruit snacks, the kid stuff, granola bar, and it's all gonna be packaged, sealed up. And so from there, we're gonna move forward to the backpacks.
Okay.
And so from there, after that, we're not telling you to go home.
Yeah.
Right.
But we want to keep you safe.
Yes. Yeah, keep moving.
We want to keep you safe. And so we just want to wish you well. I want to give all the kids like our email address. In case they got any basketball games or they want to send me their report cards or something like that. So I just want to build that relationship with these kids so they can follow us on social media.
Right.
Just building that connection.
Right.
Wow.
Just building that connection. So I'm going to have some sponsors out there, but with COVID, some of my sponsors that agreed to be in person, they're realizing like, hey, Joe, we still going to support, but we may not be in person.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're going to have a registration for people to register for backpacks. So we can try to have people coming at certain times from that 12 to 3. So we're not getting that line because that line can start from Goodwin Park and go down Ash Road.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all have seen that line.
Yes.
Y'all have seen that line. And so we want to just keep it safe and kind of have people coming. Approximately about 30 people coming every 15 minutes. Okay. So from 12 to 12:15, probably having 30 people come. 12:15, 12:30, another 30. I know that's wishful thinking, but at least I got it in place. But I know our people. I know our people.
You have a plan.
Yeah, listen, we're going to take a commercial break and then we're going to be right back.
Life can be hectic and sometimes overwhelming. But I know that my loved ones need me, the best version of me. That's why it's important for me to take time to sit with my thoughts and clear my mind. Because before I can care for anyone else, I have to care for myself. Self-care is essential.
Welcome back. Hey, listen, all the information is there. You can go ahead and register for your time slot. Up there, it's written on the screen. You can register for your time slot. you can donate.
Yeah.
You can check out what the General Services do, and you can be a part of it. But listen, I got to do our service announcement real quick here.
Our service announcement.
Our service announcement. Joe was talking about Capri Suns and stuff like that they have out there on the table. That sugar stuff that's not good for you. But not one parent, thank you, Dr. Staten, I'm getting ready to use your stuff. Not one parent flip over the box to see what's in it. They give it to the kid and allow them to drink it, but they will not go vaccinate their children. If your child is of age, listen, I'm telling you, this new strand is not joking, and it's taking out our young people.
COVID is
Don't
real.
let your hesitation mess up the life of your children.
Yes.
Amen.
Vaccinated.
If it's not for you,
child vaccinated.
get vaccinated. Get your child vaccinated. I'm trying to tell you, we believe in God, and God will take care of us. He has been taking care of us all this time.
We're still here.
And we still here.
Yes.
Amen.
We got vaccinated though.
Yes.
So yeah.
So you done with your commercial?
Yes.
That was a different commercial.
Right.
That was just sliding.
All right. So with the COVID and the adjustments that COVID touched everybody in the entire world. So we all had to make adjustments. So with the General's Future Charity, did that mobilize you to begin to offer different services, or are you just focused? Are you focused on the book bag, on the school supplies and the tutoring and things like that?
Coke giveaway.
So yes, we are still, even though COVID did hit with that, we were still able to get coats to kids. We just didn't have the event. And if you would notice, like for me, I really don't like to highlight those moments that we really pour into the kids. Just like if you'll never catch me giving a kid a coat. You'll never catch me doing the stuff that we do behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Like it's kids that come to schools
Right.
that only have one uniform.
Yeah.
So they're in the classroom smelling, and everybody's kind of joning on them and stuff like that.
Right.
But these guidance counselors let me know that, or let the General Future know that. We'll go take laundry detergent.
Yeah.
We'll go get uniforms. We'll go to, so you'll never see those type of things behind closed doors of what we really do.
Yeah.
Food, feeding people. Like you'll never,
Yeah.
Right.
I know we need to do those things for, sponsorship, because some people, hey, I want to know what you're doing with this money. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, do as much as needed just to know that people are, we're doing the right thing with the money. We're pouring it back into the community.
Exactly.
But them stuff like that, you won't see those. You won't see that real grind behind the scenes of what we do.
And that's great, because that's great. You don't publicize. You don't put people on blast. Young people receiving coats, everybody in the neighborhood see them. Oh, that's where you got your coat from.
Right.
You don't do it for that. And I'm going to tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I know the man that's behind these people. And they're full of integrity.
Exactly.
I tell you what, you ain't ever got to worry about where the money's going. Because they have integrity. They have people that speak into their life, that deal with those issues, and hold them accountable for what they do. So your money's not wasted. It is good ground. Sow it.
Yes, and it never pushes themselves forward, him and what they're doing. It never pushes themselves forward, which is why it was important to us to do this spotlight, so that people can see and to feel the heart behind what it is that you're doing, and to be able to support what you're doing, because I think the need is great. And then the need throughout COVID is probably greater. So we want to put it out to the entire world. We're in 175 countries, as my husband said. And we want to put it out to the world so that you can get more support and you can get more, contributors, more partnerships, to go out and do the work. Because one of the big things that stands out for me about COVID and how we all had to adjust our lives is just how important it became to look out for your neighbors. To check on your family and friends, to share what you have with those who have far less. I am 100% impressed with how, your organization and other organizations like the Generals and the local churches. You know, Grace Cathedral did, and Zion did, First Baptist Church of Glenarden did, and so many others have risen to the occasion, you know, to be that point of reference for families in need during such a devastating time. You know, a devastating season, and we're in it about 17 months now, and the need is still great.
Yeah, it's still
great because COVID is coming out new variants all the time.
Can I touch on that?
Totally touch on it.
Because we are definitely expanding our reach. So, just breaking news, we are working on some developmental programs. So we're going to start a series of just the whole developmental piece with basketball.
Wow.
With life skills. So our first thing is going to be the developmental basketball program.
Okay.
And it's going to consist of fundamental basketball skills, ages 5 to 9. So right now, boys and girls, ages 5 to 9. So this is breaking news, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just tell you this. Nobody knows this.
Right here first.
Right. So we're working on that program, and that program is really going to be focused on having fun with the kids. We're going to be teaching leadership skills, building character, how to be a teammate. You know what I'm saying? How to be a teammate.
Right.
We're going to obviously work on basketball, the fundamentals, dribbling, passing, shooting, defensive principles, and things like that. But I'm really excited because the General's Future Charity, we don't have that consistent engagement. So this program right here will allow us to have that, build these relationships.
Yes.
And we're starting at that young age so we can get that foundation, developing these future leaders. So I see what God is up to. Like General's Future going to have a building soon.
Yes.
We're going to have, I'm claiming this.
We believe.
We're going to have I work at the Family Life Center at First Baptist Church of Glenarden.
Right.
I'm not going to lowball God. He may provide a facility like that.
Exactly.
We're looking to be able to really full-time pour into these kids and have a resource in a facility where these kids can come and we can get them from that young age.
Yeah.
And we can get them through. Now they're going to be their leaders, and then they're going to come back and help the next generation.
Exactly.
And we're just going to keep on going. So we get that foundation started early, starting at ages 5. It's just like little Yara, she going to be at 2. She can be out there ready to go.
Exactly.
Listen, the scripture make it plain that he will supply all my needs according to his riches and good. In other words, you got to have a need first.
Yes.
You got to make the need. Don't just come up and say, I want to do this. Make the need. Before you get a building, have the children outside so that God can know that they got to get inside.
You are on it.
Don't stop and wait for the big things to happen for you to do your. It's in the small beginnings.
Yes. That
the glory of God is revealed in us and in our lives. He just wants to see if you will create the need.
You're going to stick with it?
Yeah. If you go, he supplied me according to his riches and glory. And he rich. He is so rich. I mean, to predict everything. The earth is the Lord, and the fullness of the earth, and they that dwell in it. Everything is the Lord. So you can listen.
I'm excited
if you people
about
ain't doing right in your building, don't have God giving you giving Joe your building.
Right.
It's all right.
We're looking for some space with a couple basketball courts. Some turf area so the kids can run. We need a couple classrooms.
Right.
So we're 501c3. It's tax deductible.
Yes.
So, hey, I'm open for any conversation.
I love it.
Listen, you can begin to send.
You already know what you need.
Look, for the local people, it doesn't do any good if you just run by this channel. You got to like and share. And then if you go to YouTube and subscribe, all your friends can see what Joe is doing.
Yes.
And they can send him money.
We're going to keep this before you.
Yeah, so all you need to do is like and subscribe. And if you like and subscribe and share it, then other people can see what he's doing because somebody ain't know. Somebody's been walking past with all that money in their pocket that they wanted to give away, but they just didn't know what was going on. Simply because he's a humble man. Simply because he don't make the noise about what God is doing with him, only to get his businesses across. But Listen,
It's
we
beautiful.
wrote it down. What about your beautiful wife? Was she talking about making her appearance?
Right. So yeah. So I'm gonna get them and say, but I do want to share one more thing. Let me just text them because this is something really important that I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
So I shared with y'all that the General's Future was formed for after school programs, but I didn't share the transition of how it became C Pleasant. So here's another thing. I had 2 major neck surgeries.
Wow.
I have plates and screws all in my neck. I got from C4 to C7 with fusion in my neck.
Wow.
So during my darkest time, I was in my basement. Like this 2015, Jackson was born. So during that time, I was out on disability and everything from school. 2015. So during this dark time, I'm on Percocets, 800 milligram ibuprofen, and Flexeril.
Wow.
All 3 of those
Yes.
at one time just to function, but I wasn't functioning. I was just out of my mind to just try to, deal with this pain.
Yes.
So during that darkest moment, that's when God worked on me and said, go to C Pleasant. That was the plan.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there in pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? Like, he was just like, I need you to just write. I need you to just write. Write these programs down. Write this stuff down. Write this stuff down. Write this stuff down. And I'm like, man, I'm hurting. I'm not trying to, but I was obedient.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was obedient to just writing down stuff. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I didn't know what God was doing, what he was preparing. He sat me down. He sat me down so he could get my attention.
He got away, don't he?
Oh, listen, he sat me down.
Yeah.
He definitely sat me down because he knew he had to go above and beyond to sit me down because I'm going to keep going.
So God will put screws in your neck, won't he?
Yes. Right. And so from there, I'll never forget, as I'm recovering, I'm planning. So I'm reaching out to some of my mentors that I really, look up to. And I'm sharing some of this stuff with them. And so I never forget, I talked to Pastor Jenkins. I told him about what I was planning to do.
Yeah. And
he was just like, hey, Joe, that's a great idea, man. That seems a little expensive, but it's a great idea.
Right.
And I told him, God told me not to worry about that, just plan.
Yes.
Right.
He looked at me and said, you go ahead.
You do that.
Amen.
And from there, we don't have no money, but all the doors, God has been opening up doors. People have been supporting. I've been in 7-Eleven with General's Future shirt on, and the line is from the front all the way to the back. And I've had somebody behind me say, hey, man, that's good stuff you're doing. I'm looking back, I turn around, I'm like, man, I'm trying to get out of this store. What are you talking about?
Right.
Hey, man, we standing in this long line. I just went on the website on the back of your shirt. I donated $50 to you.
Oh, hey, man.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that.
Right. And so during that, I say all I have to say is during that darkest hour, like he really sat me down and said, this is what I want you to do. So that's my motivation of getting up, walking 5 o'clock in the morning. If you notice, I'm up early and I really don't want nobody walking with me because that's the time when God speaks to me. Like, I need my time. So if I know you trying to walk with me and we're doing it at 6, I'm going to go do something at 5 o'clock so I can have that one-on-one time.
Absolutely.
So I can hear and get direction with my family, with everything. So the people that really know me, they know that's my time. Let's leave Joe alone during that time. Because I come back with vision.
Yes.
I come back with vision. And they'd be like, man, why are you texting me at 6 o'clock in the morning? Man, I need to put it down on paper. Somebody need to hear that.
Say, ain't you up?
Right.
I'm telling you, God is just so amazing. A couple of years ago, he gave me a message called Nighttime Development.
Okay.
And I want y'all to know, no film is developing the light. It's always the dark. But only the camera, the one that took the pictures, knows what the picture is. We're in the dark, and God is developing us at the darkest times of our life.
Yeah.
But when he finished putting us in the development fluid, he knows exactly when to put it in the stop so it can stop developing. When he hang us there, we are a beautiful picture that he has saw.
Exactly how he saw.
And because he is the perfect photographer, because he sees us as we are, or what he has made us. Listen, I'm telling you, do not despise your nighttime.
Exactly.
Find time with God. Say, God, what are you saying? Why are you putting these screws in my neck? You know, this ain't how it's supposed to be.
It's beautiful.
Why am I on all these drugs, God? Are you really speaking to me, or is it the Percocet talking to me?
Right.
Say, when you know God's voice, no matter what you've taken, God will give you peace. He'll bring it in, and then he will bring it to fruition. So we didn't come here to preach.
Yeah, I love it, though.
Get me excited.
I love it, though.
I just love what God is doing and the way he does things.
I love to hear people's story, how they got to where they are. And the way God moves in.
And so from there, like growing up in C+, I had big brothers that poured into me. And I don't want to get the name calling because I'm gonna miss some folks.
Right.
But it's some really special people that poured into me throughout my whole life. And I've been waiting on the platform to say thank you to them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, Joe, man, get out of here with that. No, I remember these things.
Yes, exactly.
I remember these things. I was a little kid at Goodwin Park that wanted to play with the big boys.
Right.
I always had the good basketball. I always had the good basketball. So they wouldn't let me play because I had to, you had to earn that time back there. It ain't just because you come down there and say you got next. That don't mean you playing. Right. So down Goodwin Park, man, it was high level basketball.
It was crazy.
Right. So from there, I never forget one of my big brothers, Donald Turner. Donald Turner always saw me. I used to be the little big head boy in C+. I was little Joe. So from there, he was just like, hey, Joe, come on, it's your time. I'm like, I can play. Really? He was like, come on. From there, that boost gave me the confidence to just take off.
Yes, absolutely.
To just really take off. So another one, D'Angelo Butler. He's my moon bounce guy.
All right.
Big Bounce Moonwalk Rentals.
That's it.
He has his own business where he is basically doing, he supports us. He donates his services of the Big Bounce Moonwalk Rentals.
Right.
Face painter. All them tables, tents, chairs.
I love
That's him. He was the big brother of the neighborhood. Wow. I couldn't go out the neighborhood if mom and pop knew that he was going, that was stamped.
Yeah, that's good. I love it.
So from there, it was high school. I had great coaches, but Keith Chestnut was a guy that he just stayed. I could never do nothing right. I could never do nothing right. But he knew he had to do that for me because that would motivate me to never settle.
Right.
And wanted me to keep pushing.
Exactly.
So he knew his personnel. He knew that if I tell Joe he's good right now, he might get comfortable.
Exactly.
He might get comfortable, but he kept his foot on the pedal. I wrote papers about him in college, about just how he motivated me.
Love
like
it.
To this day, I may be doing something, he that little person on my shoulder, like,
you know better.
you know better. Yeah, and so, and all my coaches and stuff like that. But as you can see, the Holmes team is here.
I see. Look at all the beautiful people. How y'all doing? The Holmes group?
Sleep.
Oh, the baby Yara is sleeping, so.
Yeah, let us sleep. Let us sleep.
So we got Joseph Jr. here.
Hey, Joe.
Here. My lovely wife, Lolita, back there.
Hey. The one that makes the man.
I know, right?
I love it. I love it.
Say it again.
Yeah, the one that's in charge.
Right.
Oh yeah, we know.
It is so good to have all of you join us for this spotlight.
Yes.
We're happy to be here.
It's one thing to have Joe doing the General's Future Charity, but to know that he has his wife and his sons that work together with him in that,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. It makes all the difference in the world. So we wanted to make sure we got the three of you as part of this spotlight. We wanted to see baby girl too, but we understand she's asleep.
Yeah, tell her she missed it. She missed her spotlight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I can move her, but I'm about to leave in a few minutes.
No,
So
don't move her. Don't move her.
You can bring on down.
Listen, don't move her. We're gonna do this again. So we're hoping to interview you again and catch up with what's going on. And just to remind the people, we don't like to just have people on and then just have them disappear.
Yeah.
Because
we will do this again.
Especially when people hear about something good, they want to keep up because they want to give. So maybe you won't give the first time. Don't let that hesitate you. Don't give the first time.
Right.
And then you know what they're doing after you research and give. So you can give 24/7, round the clock, all year long.
All year long.
You can give. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, look at the beauty, Spoil.
Yeah, this is little Yara.
You say Yara?
Yeah, Yara Isabel Holmes.
Oh,
Yara
Isabel. Yeah, I
Isabel.
have a sister named Isabel.
Yeah,
My baby sister's named Isabel. That's a good name.
that came from the boys.
Okay, good job, fellas.
Yeah. All right, she
Good
getting a
job,
little upset. It's okay, baby girl.
You have a beautiful family.
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. Listen, we want to thank Mr. Joe Holmes for this interview.
Yes,
Listen,
it has been wonderful.
it is amazing things that he is doing. It is something worth pouring into. Everybody that's giving can just give without hesitation. It's important that you do.
It's absolutely important. And partnering with efforts like this is just as important. You know, however your organization can come alongside the General's Future Charity to help them do this great mission that they're on is appreciated. So we're going to make sure you have contact information. You'll be able to go to their website. You'll be able to go to their Facebook page. I think there's an Instagram page.
Yes, there is an Instagram page.
And we have all of that there. You can go and you can follow the General's Future Charity, see all the wonderful things that they're doing in the Seat Pleasant community. Do you serve other communities?
Yes, we also, we're not just, Seat Pleasant is our foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
But we definitely stretch out to Glen Arden, Palmer Park, just all the surrounding areas.
Right.
Yes.
We've actually reached out to, I have a cousin in Waukee, Iowa, that we send backpacks up there. We've sent some stuff to Philly. So we're all around the world, North Carolina. So wherever the need is, so we pour it. Because I have a history of that Midwest. Because I played at University of Nebraska.
Okay.
So I have that connection out in the Midwest, North Carolina. Like that. We pour wherever the need is.
Yes, wonderful. You
Listen,
have an international ministry.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us. We're so excited about this. Listen, we will have them back.
We will, indeed. We will continue to follow Joe Holmes and the General's Future Charity until, so look forward to getting him and the family back on again from event to event so we'll know what's going on and how we can continue to support and undergird what it is that you're doing.
Awesome.
We are closing.
Joe, we're about to close. Listen, can you give us the final words?
Yes.
Well, so August the 14th, we will have our 5th annual Community Day event. We would love to have you bring your children out so we can love on them from a distance, get them some exercise, we can get these backpacks, get some snacks to them, and we just want to encourage them. And, I know it's tough for them being home, but we want them to be safe. We want to encourage that social distancing. We want to encourage them to still try hard during their school year, even though they're home, could potentially be virtual learning again. I don't know, in the classroom, but we'll see, because I don't think anyone, I mean, I know God knows, but I don't know, things are changing every day, whether it's in person or not. But just want to let you know that we want to make sure you have what you need.
Awesome.
Great. Once again, thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, for watching.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Holmes and the Generals Future Charity, for allowing us to spotlight you tonight. And listen, as we close, our tagline, continue to make this your season to live out your reason.
Listen, be authentically you.
The question on the table is, how will you leave your imprint in the world? Awesome. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll see you next Monday for another Spotlight. Bye-bye.